Hi, I'm Bob, and I like to make No, wrong intro. Damn it. What's going on, everyone? I hope you're having an awesome day so far, and welcome back to another episode of Chuck's Customs. So, in the last episode, we got the 12 valve taken all apart, cleaned it 100% from top to bottom, and threw a coat of primer on it. Now we will be painting the 12 valve and putting it all back together by the end of this episode. But first, there's a lot of stuff that we took off of the 12 valve that we should probably pay attention to. That way we don't have a freshly painted engine and then a bunch of old crappy looking stuff going back onto it. With that being said, we've got a lot to do in this episode, so we're cutting the chit chat. Let's get to it. Do I smell a sponsorship? Hey, Waterpick, I think I just found some hidden potential in one of your products, so give me a call. This is exactly why I hate working with exhaust manifolds. Happens every time! Alrighty, so everything has been primed and prepped for paint, and I think we're finally ready to throw some paint on this I have a question. Look, man, you can't keep interrupting me like this. What is it this time? Are you seriously not going to mention the fact that you just blatantly disassembled the alternator and the turbo for no apparent reason? Oh, there's a good reason. There's a really good reason. The exhaust manifold, the exhaust side of the turbo, and the alternator housing all get way too hot for me to just paint with regular paint. Well, maybe not the alternator housing, but might as well. And that would be boring anyway. Why would... No. We're actually going to do something really nice that I'm super excited about. That stuff is going to get Cerakoted. This Cerakote is the C series, which means that it's good for up to 1800 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's air dry, so you don't have to bake it in an oven. Oh, and the color is burnt bronze, and I think that the burnt bronze is going to go absolutely beautiful with the color that we're painting the engine. And with that being said, can you guess what color we're going to be painting the engine? Oh, yeah, it's Caterpillar yellow. Okay, first of all, where did you get that? And second of all, come on, man. We're trying to entertain people. You're supposed to act like you don't know so I can dramatically reveal the color. Dude, they've already seen the thumbnail. They know what color it's going to be. Fair enough. Let's get to it then. Oh man, look at that beautiful cat yellow. Man, I'm so happy I went with that color. Well, now that we're waiting for that to dry, I'm going to start doing all the prep work for the Cerakote. And what we need to prep is that alternator housing, that exhaust manifold, and the exhaust side of the turbo. One thing I forgot to mention before, the reason that I tore the turbo so far apart, it's always good to if you're going to be Cerakoting and painting, but also it really badly needed a rebuild, and the rebuild kit was only 35 bucks. So if you want to see a separate video on that, let me know in the comments section and I'll do like a walkthrough of how I do everything. We're not going to do that in this video though. Otherwise, I'm going to post a link in the description of a video I watched where the guy tears the whole turbo apart, and he does a really good job of explaining everything that you need to do. So I'm going to link that in the description, and then I'm going to get busy working on prepping these parts for Cerakote. For anyone curious as to why I'm doing this, I'm trying to make as much volume in the acetone as possible. That way it'll rise up and cover this bit. know I promised you in the beginning of the episode that I would have this thing completely reassembled, but honestly, the video is already like almost 20 minutes long, and there's still a lot for me left to do on this project before we get to that point. Just to name a few, I got to get new gaskets for the valve covers. I wanted to take the valve covers off and paint them. New tappet cover gasket, new exhaust manifold gaskets. I still got to reassemble the turbo in the exhaust manifold. I still got to reassemble the alternator. That's really only the half of it. There's just still a lot of stuff left to do. So I'm really sorry, but I don't want to half-ass it and just cram everything into the next 5 minutes. So I'd rather make another full-length episode for you guys showing all that stuff getting done nice and right. So bear with me. I'm working. It's just, this episode alone has taken 3 weeks to film so far. And I don't want to keep you guys waiting another week and then force you to watch a 30-minute episode. That's just not my style. So, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and show that thumbs up button some love. If you didn't like what you saw, or you have questions or suggestions, let me know in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you guys. And if you want to see me finish this all up in the next episode, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. So, again, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time on another episode of Chuck's Customs.